welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here today. So today's reading is going to be the February 2026 overview for the water sign of Pisces. Pisces, I hope that you are doing well. I hope that you've had a good start to the new year. I can't believe we're already getting into month 2. Crazy. Month of January seems to have flown by, but here we are. So for the reading today, I'm going to be using the Crystal Visions Tarot deck by Jennifer Galasso to do the 10-card Celtic Cross spread. If I need to clarify, I have the Gilded Tarot mini deck right here. And as I usually remind you, the messages may or may not resonate. You might want to watch not just your sun sign reading, but also your moon and rising for a more complete overview of the energy surrounding you at this time. If the messages do resonate and you like the reading, please do consider giving the video a thumbs up, leave a comment. You might want to subscribe to the channel. That way you will be notified when I do upload new videos. And if you're looking for more frequent, shorter videos, you can find those over on TikTok. Follow me over there. I'm at Changing Phases Tarot on TikTok. And I do put out sort of daily, weekly, short videos. And I'm also in the middle of doing a Learn to Read the Tarot series. So for those of you looking to get into reading the Tarot on your own, beginning, new year, might be something that you're starting to or looking to get into, you might want to look at those readings because they're helpful. It goes through each of the cards, kind of gives you the meaning of the upright, reverse position, and then we'll get into the different spreads, okay, and sort of putting it all together. All right, let's get going. So Pisces, you begin with the Three of Pentacles. So the Suit of Pentacles is earth energy and has to do with the work that we do. It's our finances, our material possessions, our home, our family. And threes in the tarot, they are typically, we think of them as they have growth potential, right? There's sort of abundance or growth potential surrounding them. In the case of the Three of Pentacles, it's, within the workplace, there might be, you might have reached some milestone, or, you've achieved sort of this first phase of something, right? There's some type of accomplishment, but then there's a need to possibly partner up with other people, collaborate. You might be working on a team in order to kind of get you all the way up to the Ten of Pentacles, to keep going, right? To continue on your path. So there's a growth potential, but possibly needing to collaborate with others is center stage. And what could help or hinder this is the Five of Wands, which is interesting because it's typically a card of conflict, but it's more about like competition, right? Because we can see that the people in the card here and the two lines, they're just vying for that top position, that alpha position, right? They're not actually trying to hurt each other. They're just trying to come out on top. So sometimes this shows up when you're going out, for a job interview, you're going for a promotion, and this is your competition. So, I guess for some of you, this could be you looking to get a promotion, right? To grow into this new position or to join this new team. And so you're going up against other people in order to do so. So it's competition, right, potentially in the workplace. We have sitting in the foundation position, the King of Cups. So it's the deep past. For some of you, you might have already experienced this energy, depending on when you're listening to the reading. But this could be an older water sign individual, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Could be a father figure, your own father, father of your children. Could be you just taking on the energy of this King of Cups as you are a water sign, Pisces. But he is, he's very emotionally stable as the king of his suit, right? The Suit of Cups deals with emotions, relationships, feelings. And he's very good. He's very in touch with his emotions. He's very open emotionally, so very stable. He's very loving figure as well. So it could be a person or you taking on this energy. In the recent past, you have, fast-paced action here with the Eight of Wands showing up. So again, this shows up sometimes when you are applying for jobs and, this is the back and forth, setting up the the job interview, you know, sending emails, exchanges, text messages, you submitting the resume, them getting back to you. So it's the back and forth. It can also show up when there's travel involved, right? Travel by air. And it's, in general, it's a very fast-paced energy, like a positive forward momentum, forward movement. So forward movement in the career, possibly, right? Going back to the center of your spread here, but positive news, this forward, you know, moving forward in a particular aspect of your career. Yeah, there's an offer, right? So crowning your reading with the Knight of Cups, again, could be you taking on the energy of this Knight of Cups as a water sign. Could be dealing with this Knight of Cups individual, would typically be more of a middle-aged water sign individual, or this could be the offer coming in. We know that knights go off on quests in the tarot and they bring back offers. This particular one brings back an offer, this sort of holy grail. So it could be an offer of love. It could be an offer, if it is a new job offer, one that is going to be, you know, very fulfilling, is going to be sort of that dream job. Because this knight, he's kind of in love with love. He's very, you know, he's like the knight in shining armor. But as far as like an offer goes, this is sort of that dream offer. Well, we have 5, 8. So sitting across from the 8 of Wands is the 7 of Wands. So, you know, this is a very defensive position. It's you needing to defend your point of view. You needing to defend your position on a particular topic, or, you know, why did you decide to do that? Why did you go for that job? You know, why did you act in that way? As it is Wands, you know, again, I'm linking it back to the workplace. But even though you're outnumbered, we see that the person, he has 6 wands pointed at him. Even though he's outnumbered, ultimately he comes out on top, right? He has the higher vantage position there. He's up on this peak. He also has the dragon to defend himself and to be able to fly away if he needs to. He has the shield to defend himself. So but it is a card of kind of conflict, of needing to defend yourself. Interesting. You show up as the Hierophant. This is number 5 of the Major Arcana. The Hierophant is obviously, you know, you can see he's a religious figure on the card. So he sometimes shows up when you are getting guidance, so you know, asking for guidance from somebody in this type of position, like a head of a spiritual organization. So if you go to church or synagogue or, you know, mosque, that type of figure, or, you know, it could just be somebody who gives advice as well. He's associated with the earth sign of Taurus, but he also shows up when there's signing of contracts. So they're going back to this offer. There could be, you know, signing of contracts coming in this month. The Hierophant is also kind of the traditional way of doing things, right? So with you showing up as the Hierophant, you could be approaching a situation or handling things in kind of that, you know, tried and tested way, or just conforming, going along with, like, you know, and I want to go back to the 7 of Wands, like defending yourself. There might have been something to do with, like, maybe what you needed to defend yourself on was, you know, it was a little bit out there, like not what, like maybe you wanted to do something that wasn't considered normal by societal norms, you know, or is something along those lines, because the Hierophant can also be very traditional way of doing things. Yeah, it could also be like, yeah, no, I think I'll leave him at that. Let's keep going. The 7 of Cups in your surroundings. So there's, you know, there's, just like he came in, this Knight of Cups came in with this Holy Grail, right? We can see that there is this Holy Grail also on this card, on the 7 of Cups. But there are also these other 6 cups there. And, you know, while she is just kind of looking at each of the cups and thinking, oh, that one would be nice, or, you know, the other one holds something that I might be interested in as well, until she finally picks one of the cups and, you know, takes a look and actually picks this Holy Grail, the one that is going to be her sort of dream job or dream whatever is in that cup. They're all just, you know, dreams. They're all just pie in the sky, up, you know, kind of. She needs to focus and pick one of the cups to be able to bring it into reality. So a decision is needed there. Wow, you're hoping for, you have the 7 of the major arcana, the Chariot. This is associated with the water sign of Cancer. And the Chariot is fast-paced movement as well. It's forward momentum. It's movement, moving across land. There could be, actually moving, going to live in a different place. There could be buying a car, selling a car, traveling by car. But it's a very positive energy, right? It's a card of victory, but it's a victory that has been hard fought for, and it sits next to the 7 of Wands, the 5 of Wands. So yeah, I feel that whatever this victory that you're hoping for, whatever it is, you've fought long and hard to get to whatever this position is, right? It hasn't come easily. And you end the month with the High Priestess, another major arcana. She is number 2 of the major arcanas. And the High Priestess sits between the physical realm and the spiritual realm. And she really encourages us to, to tap into our own spirituality, to pay attention to that gut feeling that we get about something, right? That's our intuition kicking in. So pay attention to signs, synchronicities, repeating numbers, dreams, especially at nighttime. We have the reference to the crescent moon on the card. So also, pay attention to your dreams. She's associated with the water sign of Cancer. So spirituality and, listening to your intuition as you possibly to do with, this choice that you need to make, or that, choosing one of these cups, with the 7 of Cups showing up there. And we have another 7. The 7 of Swords is your overall energy. And, the 7 of Swords and it's interesting, I looked underneath it, there's the 2 of Swords immediately beneath it, which the 7 of Swords, it can represent some type of deceit, right? We can see that we have the crows flying away with 5 of the Swords, leaving him 2 of the Swords to defend himself with, and you have the 2 swords showing up immediately beneath it. And the 7 of Swords doesn't necessarily have to be deceit. It can also be, it can show up like if you're looking for a job, and this is you like putting out, your feelers, trying to see what opportunities are out there, applying for jobs, and you don't really want to broadcast that to the rest of the world. So you are acting a little, sort of sneakily, but not necessarily nefariously. It's just, not wanting to let everybody know. And it could have to do with a choice, this decision, right, with this 2 of Swords being immediately beneath it, which is, oftentimes referred to as like a stalemate card, needing to make a decision, but thinking that you don't have all the information you need. And again, you're encouraged to, she's blindfolded here, to listen to your intuition. So that's definitely coming through in the reading. The 7 of Swords can also show up when there is a need to maybe come up with a new way of looking at a situation, or a new way of doing something, that the old way just isn't working anymore. So there's that as well. But yeah, it looks like an interesting month for you, with, conflict, potentially, competition, defending yourself, defending your point of view, but ultimately, there is this fast-paced movement coming in, there's offers coming in, and then you have, this focus on your intuition, definitely, as you move through the month. So I do hope that these messages have helped you, Pisces. I thank you for joining me today. I look forward to reading for you again. And just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for a wonderful month of February. Bye for now.